It's 5 o'clock on this Friday evening, February 26, 2021. And direct from our newsroom in Norton. This will be the channel 5 o'clock news for Friday evening, February 26, 2021. It's 5 o'clock and the Norton temperature standing at 43 degrees. Top stories on the bitter channel 5 o'clock news for a Friday evening is U.S. intelligence reports finds Saudi Crown Prince responsible for a proven operation that killed Khashoggi. House Democrats poised to pass Biden $1.9 trillion relief plan despite setback on minimum wage. Congress is working on new $1,400 stimulus checks here. And after yet, Biden faces bipartisan backlash over Syrian bombing. 317 Nigerian schoolgirls abducted by gunmen in an overnight raid. Golden Trump statue turns heads at the CPAC. Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine head of FDA committee vote. What? Rand Paul's ignorant question of Rachel Levine showed why we need her in government. Capitol attack groups want to blow up Capitol during Biden's speech, police warned. Federal judge in Texas real eviction moratorium is unconstitutional. Explosion strikes Israel-owned ship in Mideast amid tension. Russian escaped North Korea on an hand-pushed rail car. Governor Brown, state officials released next phase of Oregon's COVID-19 vaccination plan. Boston moved forward in reopen process, but delaying some initial changes. Baby found in trash can at Boston. Mom found amid police investigation. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden left Washington, D.C. for Texas on Friday to meet with residents and volunteers who recovered from the rare winter storm that devastated the state last week. Russia strongly condemns U.S. airstrikes against targets in Syria. Former defense contractor pleads guilty to taking classified documents. A federal judge in Texas has ruled that the federal government cannot prevent landlords from evicting residents who are unable to pay their rent due to the COVID-19 related hardship. A Russian-born 737 made an emergency landing in Moscow Friday after the pilot saw an instrument running linked to possible engine failure, officials said. South Korea waivers on North Korea human rights abuses. Iceberg size Los Angeles breaks off from Antarctica. And then with the offers, border drones operates in North Korea and a conflict between lenders and borrowers that leads to the deployment of gang members. China and India agreed to establish a hotline between the top diplomats, but the reports indicate that different views have prevailed over the Asia disputed areas. Main controversial hate crime held as dangerous. Weymouth District finds agreement on Thin Blue Line and social justice. Local dog walker in Taunton shocked by Lady Gaga's dog napping. Organized virtual play adds a touch of drama. Brockton murder victim mother reaches out to the teens. COVID-19 cases are still on the decline as, meanwhile, nursing home COVID-19 cases drop 89% as residents vaccinate. Taxpayers put bill to PR firm to disseminate news. Liquid stocks now down 4,664 at 39.32 per 37. S&P 5 down 18.19 at 11.15 at Nasdaq up 72.96 at 31.92 per 34. Current bond market sell-off worse than taper tantrum in one key way, argues analyst. Redditors Vancoin. Let's get that. U.S. SEC suspends trade-ins in 15 securities due to questionable social media activity. British Airways owner calls for digital health passes for passengers. General Mills extended COVID-19 vaccine submariner $60 order next week. A side effect of the COVID-19 vaccine can bring a sign of breast cancer, this normal doctor said. How this summer could bring the pandemic relief we are longing for. And Indian slum residents are part of the COVID-19 vaccine trial. NASA's President Swiffer sends back the first HD Mars panorama. The best time to see the snow moon in Colorado 2021. And NASA probes returns amazing images of Venus. Perseverance is a tiny pale speck that admires in its orbiter's eerie photo. In sports, tonight, Boston Celtics take on Indiana Pacers. And John Gary accuses Sir Klein that she does a field closure. And WNBA approves sale of Atlanta to Larry Snyder. And Deshaun Watson still wants to be traded even after being new Texans coach. Peter Children's time, 5:04. Time now for Peter Channel traffic and trend check. Beep beep on the MBTA subway commuter rail and ferries. They are looking good. Okay, let's take a look at highways and byways in New England. In Providence vicinity, 95 on the southbound side. A little bit slow between Productive Providence and 95 northbound side. So between Wark down to Providence. 195 westbound, so between Seacock down to Providence. 146 southbound, so between 50 and 95 in the Pawtucket Providence area. And 44 and 146 on the northbound side. A little bit slow around the North Springfield area. 95 northbound side. A little bit slow between East Greenwich and downtown Wark. And 295 close between 95 and 37 in the Wark area. And 95 in the southbound side. Low so East Greenwich. And 24 southbound side. A little bit slow. 120 Canton and then the between 44 down to 140 yards in the Taunton area. And 140 southbound so the Lakeville stretch. 3 to the southbound side. So between Braintree down to 220 and Rockland. 120 southbound side. A little so between the West Good all the way down to 28 Fort in Canton. 120 at the northbound side between Braintree down to Randolph South Expressway southbound side. A little bit slow between the Pike down to Braintree split northbound side. So between the split down to Dorchester. 93 both ends and down to Boston back up. And 93 southbound side. A little 93 northbound side. A little so between Boston down to 120 to the Redden stretch and 120 to both ends back between Woburn down to Redden and 120 southbound side. So between Denver's down to Salem and 120 to the northbound side. A little bit so between Lexington down in Burlington and 3 to the northbound side. So the Bill Ricker stretch and 93 to the northbound side. A little bit so around the Andover stretch and 292 to the westbound side. A little bit so around Route 9 and Worcester and Route 2 westbound side. A little so around Leominster stretch and Mass Pike westbound side. A little bit so around the Springfield stretch at 291 southbound side. A little so there's a Pike in Springfield and 84 westbound side. 84 in Portland is back around the Hartford and the Farmington stretch and 84 eastbound so on the Denver stretch and Merritt Parkway eastbound so between Norwalk and the Trumbull, 95 northbound side, low so between Sanford all the way down to Bridgeport, Connecticut, and 95 southbound so New Haven down to West Haven, Connecticut, and Everett Trip 93 at the northbound side so Concord after, and Vermont, New York, Maine, and Wisconsin, looking good. Peter Children's time is 5:07. And before we take a look at the weather forecast, the Massachusetts Department of Public Health reported additional 1,734 confirmed COVID-19 cases Wednesday, bringing their statewide total 547. 358 since the start of the pandemic, and state health officials also confirmed 46 confirmed COVID-19 related deaths to the state's total, which is now 15,703. And estimated 30,093 cases are active across Massachusetts, according to the report. And 807 hospitalizations and 211 in the ICU. So we're going in the right direction in Massachusetts. All right, shifting gears to the weather. It was a beautiful, beautiful day in Norton and all around New England. And even I took a walk around Taunton and Norton, and it was beautiful. And it turned out to be a spring preview today. And tomorrow and Sunday is a day for indoor activities because we are going to deal with some rain. As high pressure slowly moves east and southern New England at night. Mainly rain expected on Saturday as low pressure lifts through and brief for previous high pressure builds in Saturday night. Rain returns Sunday and Monday, especially near the south coast as low pressure passes southeast of New England. Dry weather should prevail most of the next weekend. Surface high pressure system moves east and New England over the coastal waters. The evening associated up above a ridge at this Field east ahead of a couple of shortwave trails set to the prerogative northeast tonight, overnight. The skies will persist through the evening before clouds begin and overspread the region stable after midnight. This will 11-minute radiation cooling for the region, resulting in temperatures bottoming out to the middle upper 20s. Around midnight, by the time the surface temperature will begin and climbing in response to the south southerly C4, and the low level WA at 8:50 8 p.m. Aforementioned shortwave will be responsible for 2 weeks surface low pressure systems, and this primary surface low will be moving east northeast over the Great Lakes will produce a short period of snowfall along with a surface warm front for the western zones before sunrise. A second low is expected to develop off the east coast and to move off the southern New England, and early snowfall will transition to rain as the temperature is warm and as flat to the bottomly level of the flow. Okay. National Weather Summary shows heavy mountain snow and gusting winds impact portions of the Pacific Northwest and Northern Rockies for Saturday. And numerous showers and thunderstorms likely from the lower middle Mississippi, Tennessee, and Ohio valleys to southern Appalachians through this weekend. And light snow and wintry mix to the spread throughout the Appalachians, Northeast, and North New England between this evening and Saturday. And in the Northwest up to an upper level trough is forecast to drop southward of the region today as laden through the continued snow and higher elevations as well as potential high winds and snowfall totals are expected to be 1 to 2 feet in the peaks of the Cascades and Northern Rockies before snow winds winds down Saturday. West Action Wind River Mountain Teton can see snowfall amounts of 6 to 12 inches, and meanwhile high winds will gust to 50 miles an hour and over are possible in some areas in the north of the Great Basin leading the blowing storm reduce visibility in winter storm warnings and wind river rises and high wind warnings. Wind rises in the affected portions of the northwest given these threats with its pattern cooler than average temperatures are likely to cross much of the turn by west, where highs about 10-20 degrees below average by Saturday, persistent in front the weekend, working with the injection of fresh cold air, the frontlesses and the plain areas in the mountain west and snow. Yesterday produced more winter weather northern plains late tonight and to tomorrow morning. Several inches of snow and likely a freeze rain is possible across parts of the upper corn belt. The pattern considered Sunday will get another frontal system on hills of the first with a shot of light rain in the central plains at position of a wind mix north of warm front in the upper Missouri Valley. Multiple rounds of showers and thunderstorms are possible over the next few days across portions of the central and eastern U.S. meandering frontal boundaries and particularly the Southern and rain in the 1 to 3 inches will be local higher amounts are likely across portions of the lower middle Mississippi Valley and towards the Tennessee and lower Ohio valleys and towards the Appalachians, and 7 days of widespread rainfall could lead to hands bounce by threatening areas, and especially on the weekend as rain could fall on the wet ground as that's mounting the risk of excessive rainfalls at place food. Tomorrow morning in the Tennessee Valley with a slight risk and an effect for Saturday and Sunday further west of the Storm Prediction Center has or looked at marginal risk of severe weather over the upper Red River Island and Ozarks tomorrow for the risk of dimension hail. And by the evening and in the first half of the weekend, a wave of showers that surge with a bunch of frontal system and a wave of low pressure is forecast to encounter colder air mass in place from the sun Appalachians in the northern New England. 2 to 3 inches of snow and glaze and freeze rain is possible. And winter weather rises at first for portions of the Appalachians. Light rain is expected in the coastal region and major cities along the I-95 corridor during the time frame. Temperatures will rise above normal beginning Saturday after the central and eastern U.S. So additional precipitation should fall as rain, and except to the northern Maine. Okay, take a look at the forecast. Goes like this. Tonight, increased skies low about 29 degrees. South about 3 to 5 miles after Saturday. Rain and snow shot like before 9 a.m. Then a rain shot high to 46 degrees. The southeast at about 6 to 11 miles at highs. 21 miles at just with 9 cent. New information less than 9 inch possible sign. Petrified between 8 p.m. and midnight. Otherwise, mostly clouds over 31 degrees. Southwest about 5 to 7 miles coming in midnight and for Sunday. So just rain before 9 a.m. Then a just rain afternoon. Petrified before 7 a.m. Mostly clouds 47 degrees. Common coming in southeast around 6 miles in the afternoon. And chest rain is 40%, 30%. Some new precipitation amounts of less than a 10 inch possible for Sunday night. A chest rain before 1 a.m. Clouds got 3 degrees. Southeast about 5 miles coming in the common evening. Chest rain is 50% for Monday. Slight chest rain before 8 a.m. Western side cap city. Low 3 degrees. Light west wind increase at a 5 to 10 miles in the morning. Wind kick attack. 3 miles an hour. Chest is 20% for Tuesday. Sun sky about 32. Low 23 degrees. Northwest about 13 to 16 miles an hour. Gets high. 34 miles an hour for Wednesday. Most of the side for 44, low 31 degrees. Southwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour for Thursday. Most of the side for 47 at low 30 degrees. Common coming in the northwest about 5 to 7 miles in the morning. Then for Friday, but the side got 45 degrees. Northwest about 5 to 8 miles an hour. Currently in Norton, it's 42 degrees and fair skies. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news for a Friday, February 26, 2021. I'm Peter J. Williams. Hope you have a good evening. Goodbye today. Stay safe, be positive, be healthy, be well. See you at 10 o'clock for a late night report. Hope you have a good evening.